Hey, it's HK. You are in the mix. Nico and Vinz are out on tour. Of course, they're coming off of their huge tracks, Am I Wrong and In Your Arms. We're actually hanging out on the tour bus right now. How is this? Nico is out exercising, but Vinz is showing love. He's here. What's going on, man?
Yeah, doing good. Thanks for having me on the show.
It's about almost a year now since, like, you first penetrated our inner ears.
Yeah.
It was last summer that you kind of took over the world with Am I Wrong. What's this past year been like?
This past year has been crazy. So many new experiences. We moved out. First of all, we moved out of our mom's home, our children's homes in Oslo, Norway. Moved to LA, and as soon as we landed in LA, we started traveling everywhere. We got on tour with Bruno Mars. We just came off a tour in Europe with Usher. We've been doing promos. We've been traveling to wherever, being able to see America in its fullness now. So, it's been so much. We met so many different people. Like you can only imagine how crazy it's been, but it's so much fun. And we're actually living a dream. So, couldn't be more happy and blessed about that.
That's fantastic, and it's kind of like a double whammy for you. Not only just taking on the success of what's happening musically for you guys and making that life adjustment and being out on the road and traveling, but also moving from Norway to California. So it's like both a culture shock and a whole life shock system.
Exactly.
What's it like dealing with that?
Exactly. it takes a second, because like
it can knock the wind out of you.
Yeah, because like I said, it's not even about just handling all the work or the traveling or like that whole aspect of it, but also just traveling and moving to a whole new different country, and that dealing with like a culture shock. Being in Oslo is 5 million people. Norway is 5 million people. Oslo is 500,000. LA is I think it's about 8 or 12 or something like that. And so it's and just like the whole area is so big. This is so huge. So there's a lot of like adjustments. By now we're definitely into it, and we've definitely gotten adjusted to the American way of living. So it's feeling much better now, and we're having a great time.
Yeah. How tight's the itinerary? Do you have some room to have some downtime? Where you've got when you go into a city, you can maybe chill out for a day or two, or is it just is it just been back to back trying to get from one place to the other?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much back to back. We're doing on this tour about 5 weeks, and we're doing 30 shows. Or if not even more. So it's basically a lot. It's a lot of back to back, and it's promo in between as well. So we try to do as much as we can as far as seeing the city.
Right.
After the show last night in Chicago, we went out and got to see a little bit of the city, but it's pretty much back to back. Try to do some work. Try to get some exercise in, as Nico is doing right now. So
hope you're getting a shot of this, Marie. He's in here working on some fresh beats.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn how.
Right before the interview, right before the show. See, there's no rest for the weary. Kids, see, this is how you get success from hard work.
Yeah.
Vinz, what would you say was the one defining moment when you just knew that you had to be in the music business?
Wow, it's a good question. So I got a home studio when I was 16. I got it from my friends, my closest friends, and my parents. So my friends got me like a stand, and it's like this filter in front of the mic, pop filter.
Right.
And my parents had got me a microphone and like a preamp, like a thing to run the music through. And so I had this at home, and that's how I started off recording music. And so I think around 18, 19, when I started met Nico, I started taking it serious, and like that whole hobby became a passion. That's when I was like, maybe I should just go for it. And when Nico and I really took it serious, we were like, why not us? Yeah. So we looked at all the stars on TV and sitting back in Norway, we were like, what do we have in common with those people? And we sort of came to the conclusion that, they're people too. So if they can do it, we can do it. And so from there, we just started working, and that's how we sort of knew that this is what we wanted to do, and we wouldn't stop until we sort of got to that point. And we're still going, of course. We're not there, but we've gotten further than we were back in 2009.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting when you talk to people who have had success, and of course this is a really tough business, the music business.
Absolutely.
And in talking with people, I still feel my takeaway is always the same thing, and it's no different whether you're in the music business or not, or any business. Yeah. It starts with passion, that fire in the belly. You know what I mean? And the only difference between someone who goes all the way and doesn't, I always feel, is that passion, that driving force. It's like, this is what I have to do. there's no question. You just put yourself on the path.
It's very funny because sometimes in this business when you are artists, there's a lot of stuff that people don't see, but sometimes you be thinking like you really have to have a passion for this and for music. You really have to love this sometimes to be able to keep going and
be willing to put in the work for it because it's hard.
It gets crazy. It gets crazy sometimes. So you really have to love it. And I'm like, sometimes when it's a lot, it's like, but I still wouldn't do anything else. You know what I mean? I still want to like I wake up in the morning, like early in the morning to do whatever I got to do, and it's like, all right, it's cool because I'd rather do this than anything else in the world. So it's still just a blessing either way. But I think like you said, it's important to have that passion to be able to sit, before the show and play around with this and
because it's one thing to love it, but to really take it to the level that you're taking it to, you've got to have that passion and that commitment.
You have to. So I think that's like you said, this is where it sort of separates from the rest. So
originally there was the potential to be a rap duo with you and Nico.
Yeah.
And if what I've read is true, Nico kind of liked East Coast rap and you liked West Coast rap. So you guys kind of had your own little East Coast West Coast battle going on.
Absolutely. So we started off like that. You can probably tell if you listen to the old records that we did rapping. Nico definitely had that New York type Nas type Jay-Z type flow to it. I was more melodic. I don't know. I got that probably through listening to a lot of those Snoop Dogg, and, being more in that type of area. But Nate Dogg as well. So those type of artists. So it's interesting. It's interesting. But that's how we started off, and that's all we wanted to do. And then you gradually grow and you figure out, hey, I mean, we love melodies, and we've always listened to a lot of melodies in our upbringing in our home. Why not play around more with it and not be so boxed in? And so we just started singing more, rapping less, and then all of a sudden we sort of found our expression. I think that's what it's all about. You finding your expression and sort of going with that.
And speaking of that, your sound is such an interesting kind of multicultural culmination of so many things. How would you describe the Nico and Vinz sound if you had to?
It's very tough. Sometimes when you're in the cab and people are like, so what type of music do you make? And it's like, I guess it's kind of pop, but then it's sort of like there's some urban influences there. Some people say it's like Latin, but some people say it's reggae. Some people say like it's world music. So there's a lot of different things. It's tough to define, which is a cool thing too, because that means that we're really trying to push the boundaries as far as the genres and all that.
Right. I think that's like the secret sauce for you guys. I love that there's this real world vibe to it. It's not this one specific thing. It's just this culmination of a very intense woven musical fabric.
Thank you.
Which I'm loving.
Ooh, that was good. That was a good one. That was copyright that one.
Let's get the trademark on that tomorrow. What's the most important lesson that you've learned from the music business so far?
It's a good one. What I'm personally battling with or just trying to work on is just the thing about being yourself, stay true to who you are, but also at the same time being open, because there's a balance there to open to new things. There's definitely a balance there that has to be found. You want to be who you are and do that, but also you want to be not. You have to dare to go out your comfort zone sometimes.
Right.
And there's a balance there, so where it's too much and where it's too little. So I'm sort of trying to figure that out. But definitely, I think for us, what broke us through the world was the whole mentality of being unique, and how to be unique in our situation. Where just like try to be us. Let's use the background that we have from. We got parents from Ghana. Nico got parents from Ivory Coast and Norway. And so let's put that into the music. Let's put those rhythms into the music that we grew up listening to. Let's put some of those Norwegian type way of being, point of view of the world type.
It was a gift to be able to draw from all of those influences.
Let's put the reggae music that my mom used to play at back home and Nico's parents back home into the music. Let's put the West Coast and East Coast rap into it. All of that. Let's not have any boundaries as far as genres, and just let's be us and put that into the music, and hopefully that will set us apart from the rest. And so that's what we did.
And now that you're living in Cali,
I'm
sure that's going to work its way into that fabric I was talking about.
Absolutely.
You'll pull from that.
Absolutely. We've been in LA now, and being able to be like a month or two like steadily in LA, we've been able to go to the studio. We met different artists, different producers. We're just in the studio with Pharrell right before the tour, which was amazing.
Did you guys do a writing collab? Was Pharrell producing something? What happened with that?
Oh, that was super cool. Yeah, we were in the studio. He had a couple ideas he had already planned out. We made one from scratch. So, definitely, hopefully got something going on. And once we get off tour, hopefully be able to go back into the studio with him as well. So, it's cool to reach out to people in LA because there's so many different talented people there. So,
yeah,
it's fun.
I mean, you weren't getting that in Oslo?
No way. It's a lot of talented people.
Pharrell wasn't showing up in the studio.
No. It's a lot of talented people in Norway. Norway is definitely growing, but it's not LA. It's not LA. No.
I think it's actually a great music scene out there, but obviously it's not a Nashville or an LA or a New York, but there's a great music scene out there.
Definitely got some people.
Okay, let's get to a few quick fan questions. Yeah. Okay, so you moved to LA as we talked about. Mm-hmm. Aside from friends and family, what do you miss most about Norway?
It's something about home is home.
Yeah.
So it's just home.
Home is always home.
Yeah, home is just no matter what. Sometimes you get home and it's like, you stay home for a week and it's like, all right, I'm ready to go out again. But it's just like being home, just getting back to point one, like point 8, and just feeling the Norwegian air. You just safe around like everything it's just like it's so comfortable and being home. So I don't know, it's tough. Sometimes like we like to go out to the nature, both Nico and I, just walk around the woods and all that stuff. So it's cool. We got that right by our houses, our homes, and so we like to do that. Meet up with friends and all that stuff. It's just like home is home.
What do you love most about America so far?
What would that be? I love that you guys are not greedy with the plates of food. Sometimes in Norway,
big portions.
Sometimes in Norway you'll get frustrated with like those small, or maybe in Europe too, like small portions of food. But never in the U.S.
What would you be doing if you weren't a recording artist?
That's a very good question. I thought about that. I was about to work with kids. That was my whole thing. I was trying to get into something like that, or I don't know how you call it. Social
work?
No, not social work, but like when you
Sociology?
study.
Sociology.
Yeah. I think that's what you call it in English. Yeah, all that. Something like that. Different cultures and see how people work together and all understanding about that.
Okay, last question from a fan. Okay, wants to know: are either Nico and you available, or are either one of you in relationships?
So both of us are in relationships, actually. Yeah. So I've been with my girl for 3 years, going on 4, and Nico's is going on
almost 4 years.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, when are you gonna put a ring on it?
Hey, stop with the pressure. We'll see. We'll see. Definitely in a good space. It's a different. Not challenging. It's a different way of being in a relationship when you that much out and traveling.
Yeah, it is. It's hard.
So, but it works, man. It works. Very happy about that situation too. So.
Cool. Well, great. We'll end on that note. Vinz from Nico and Vinz. We're looking forward to the show. We'll catch you all later.
You just got mixed, shaken, and stirred by HK.